Today I'll show you how to create a mesmerising, impressionistic seascape inspired by the stunning beaches of Sifnos Island in Greece. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Today I'll be painting on a 30cm by 30cm stretched canvas, and I'll be using Liquid Original as my medium. For each part of the video I'll show you a sample of exactly what I'm doing with a little voiceover, and then it is slightly sped up in places, otherwise we're going to be here all day watching the video, and I'm not sure you're going to want to do that. So we'll start by sketching in the horizon line using a mix of ultramarine blue, quinacridone magenta and titanium white. From there we're blocking the sky using variations of the same colour mix. Now let's add a lighter touch of titanium white to indicate where those fluffy clouds will float effortlessly. Now with the same colour mix, with just a bit more ultramarine blue, I'll add in the distant sea, slowly bringing the beach scene to life. To capture the essence of the Greek waters, I'll introduce some cobalt turquoise and adjust the mix with titanium white. We'll be building up layers in this painting, so let's focus on getting the rough idea in place for now. As we progress, it's time to introduce the shoreline using mixes of burnt umber, burnt sienna, yellow ochre and titanium white. Keeping the colours muted for now, we'll lay in the foundation of the sandy beach. Now let's blend those warm hues with a slightly more saturated mix of yellow ochre and cadmium yellow to create that rich glow in the sand. That's beautiful. To give our painting depth and interest, I'll darken the wet sand mix slightly. This contrast against the waves will eventually make the scene really pop. Now onto the next layer. My painting is as dry as a desert thanks to my magical liquid potion. Without wasting time, I decided to dive right in and add a few intricate details using the palette knife. I carefully push some dark blue areas through the clouds, giving them more depth and definition. Then I shift my focus to the distant sea, using the same colour mix as before to maintain harmony throughout the artwork. I'm mindful not to cover up all the work I've done in the previous layer. Instead, my goal is to enrich the painting by selectively enhancing certain areas using smaller brushes. This approach allows me to maintain the essence of the previous layers while adding subtle yet impactful improvements. Let's take a moment to enjoy the beauty of the tranquil sea. Using delicate brushstrokes, I'll blend the greens and blues together, achieving a serene and calming effect. I'll introduce some cobalt turquoise, lightened with titanium white, to really capture the emerald hues of the Greek sea. Amazing. Our sky deserves some attention too. I'll go back to the same mix as before and adjust the tones as needed. Now let's add more quinacridone magenta and titanium white to infuse some captivating colour variations into our sky. Remember, skies are not just blue and white, they are actual masterpieces of their own. Using a mix of yellow ochre, cadmium yellow and titanium white, I'll create playful clouds with an old trusty brush. The goal is to add dimension and charm to the sky, enhancing the overall atmosphere of the painting. With gentle dabs and soft blends, I'm transforming this canvas into a masterpiece. Or maybe a wild birthday cake that had one too many candles. But fear not, my friends, there's a method to this madness. Well, at least I hope there is. Before we conclude this layer, I'll add the final details to the sand, ensuring every brushstroke brings out the beauty of the beach. With a palette knife and almost pure titanium white, I'll catch those stunning highlights within the waves, creating a mesmerizing effect. In my opinion, the combination of impasto painting created with the palette knife, along with brush techniques, truly brings this artwork to life. On my third and final layer, I use various glazing techniques to enhance specific aspects of my paintings. While I don't often glaze, I have come to appreciate its ability to elevate certain elements, whether by intensifying colours or adding depth to certain areas. However, I make sure not to overdo it and use just the right amount of liquid medium. My preference is to utilise transparent colours as they work wonders in bringing out subtle details throughout the painting. For the small crashing waves, I don't use any medium and opt for thick paints, almost pure titanium whites, to create an impactful effect. The clouds receive special attention through a scumbling technique, employing my lightest tone with no medium involved. To achieve this, I use a fairly small brush, generously loaded with paints. Lastly, I add a few highlights to accentuate the brightest parts of the sands. This is accomplished using a simple mix of cadmium yellow, yellow ochre and titanium white, which imparts a subtle yet striking glow to these areas. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today. I really appreciate your company, and I hope that you can take something away from this video and apply it to your own paintings. And if you're looking for an unusual painting tip, then check out this video here.